Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game, man. I decided to do this video because, I wanted to talk about this particular subject. I think this is the perfect time and climate to do this particular video based off how the image of the black man is slowly declining, how basically they're trying to feminize our black man, weaken our black man, basically bitch up our black men, using black women and black men to do this to us. From Simone Sanders' ignorant comments about black man's opinion shouldn't matter. To be honest with you, we should be calling CNN, making her apologize for her comments. But you know what? Fuck her. No, real talk. But if you look at the landscape of how TV has over a 35 to 40 year period of how they changed the image of how black men are perceived on TV, from us going to alpha males to us going to literally gay males on TV. Because if you look at the landscape of TV, they are adding more and more gay black men on TV. It seemed like almost every other show that features an almost black cast to an entire black cast, they throw in the one gay black dude. Look at that look at that TV show, The Family Business. Solid show. Starring Ernie Hudson that comes on BET. Has a gay son. And don't think for a second that this ain't being did on purpose. I told you guys this. I predicted this was going to happen. I told you this way back in like early 2015 when I first started my channel, that this was going to happen. That they was going to enhance the gay black character on TV. Now, keep in mind, HBO has a show coming out. I don't know when this show is going to premiere, because basically I'm waiting for the show to premiere to where basically we could get to work and get this show the fuck off the air. Where they're going to have a show produced by Issa Rae. I think she's serving as the executive producer, where it's going to feature the lifestyle of an openly bisexual black man. Like I said, this shit is being did on purpose. And you got these coons like, Terry Crews, who will do anything to be on TV. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Stop it. Please, nigga, stop it. But if you look back in the day, two of my favorite shows growing up as a kid, even though I watched one particular show predominantly in syndication, and the other show as it, went on from, the late 70s to, I think, 1985 when the show went off the air, was in particularly the Jeffersons and Good Times. Because I think two of the most prominent black man TV characters was George Jefferson and James Evans. And if you think what happened on Good Times, you think it wasn't a big deal, but man, the impact that Good Times had on black men while the character of James Evans was on the show until they killed him off. Something really went with that show when they killed James Evans' character off that TV show. And then you look at George Jefferson. George Jefferson, pretty much the no-nonsense, stand up for himself, stand up for his family, who didn't take no crap off of white people. I say every black man should have a George Jefferson mentality. Now, some people say, oh, George Jefferson, he was a racist. Well, whatever. But y'all love Archie Bunker. And we know Archie Bunker's character was a racist. But they would try to change the word to tone it down. They would call him a bigot. No, Archie Bunker was a racist. I don't know about Carol O'Connor, the actual guy, but Archie Bunker's character was a racist. Okay? But man, if you think about the impact, you look at James Evans Sr. on Good Times, He was the alpha male. He was the head of the household. What he said goes. And but at the end of the day, his wife respected him as a man, and she treated him like he was a man. But if you look at that now, you look at some of these male characters, they're the ones that's submissive, especially the black male characters. And I'm not saying that you don't have to bow down. And if you understand what I'm saying, and you from that time, you'll understand. Sisters, this ain't being misogynistic, but what I'm saying is the man being respected as the head of the household, the breadwinner. And that was the case with George Jefferson. Of course, he would cater to his wife because that was his wife. But if you look at those two characters, those was two of the most prominent black man characters on TV. James was a strong man. His wife respected him. His kids respected him. What he said went. But if you look at that now, the landscape of the black household, they don't want the black man to be the head of the household. They have purposely fixed it to where the black woman can be the head of the household, because they will present more opportunity for the black woman versus the black man. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you one of these sensitive sisters that's going to get on here, you over emotional, that's going to get on here and talk this misogynistic shit, take a hike, because you're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. But it makes me think about the comments by Simone Sanders. This is the image that a lot of black women have been putting out, the poisonous image towards black men, where our opinion doesn't matter and shouldn't matter. Our opinion should be just as valuable as the woman's opinion. And then the problem is you got a lot of black women working side by side with Mr. Charlie to devalue our opinion and our thought process. They have went out of their way to destroy the alpha black male, the image of the alpha black male. And then the problem is you also have a lot of women on YouTube spreading that bullshit too. And you know who they are. And the funny thing is you have these women that talk all this shit about, beta males and all this type of shit. But to a certain degree, they seem to have not looked at who they got impregnated by. But, that goes, that goes without saying. You have a lot of women preaching that bullshit about this and that, and black man ain't this and they ain't that, but then they had the audacity to say that they care about black men, but they would never date outside their race. What? Might as well. Because basically the bullshit that you are spreading about black men, you're basically encouraging black women not to want to be with black men, because you still are exercising white supremacy when you say that shit about black men. And then when people call you on it, you try to play stupid like you don't know what the hell we're talking about, when we clearly know what you're doing. One thing I can say about me, I am pro-black family. I don't like using that word pro-black family. You know what I'm saying? But I support the black family structure. I support the two black parent household. But then you look at society and television and the movies, they've been heavily promoting separation in the black household. How many movies do they put out per year where they basically feature a happily married black couple? And I mean, they really present that to you. Because most of the time, you could have a movie where it's a black family, they're mostly co-parenting, where you hear the black dude say, hey, I got a son and all this stuff. Or the mother say, hey, I got my two kids. And then once again, you wonder like, hey, well, where's the father? Oh, he lives in another state. Oh, we split up and all, So you see that a lot. And I ask you, how often do they promote that? They don't promote the black family structure in movies. That is on a, when I say that's a rarity, it's very rare, because they don't like to promote that. They like to promote separation among us, chaos, or as Ray Lewis said, I saw this chaos, all this chaos, and I was like, I got on one knee and like, I asked myself, Lord, what's going? I mean, anyway, but that's what they like to promote when it comes to us, the imbalanced black family structure. And the funny thing is, when you call Hollywood out on this type of shit, once again, they jump on the phone and they go through the coon Rolodex and be like, man, who could we call to help defuse this situation? Let me see, Whoopi Goldberg. Let me see, Whoopi Goldberg's always available, but she got so much going on. Maybe we can, Terry Crews, a couple of other people, yeah, maybe possibly Miguel Nuez Jr. So who is it? But they'll find one eventually. Sometimes they may get one that may volunteer because his career is starting to slow down. Like, man, I need some movie roles. I need to be hey, I'll volunteer. But that's really what goes on to a certain extent. They use us to attack each other. And that's been going on forever. It's always been the slave nigga mentality. The house versus the field nigga mentality. The whole light skin versus dark skin. Sometimes they'll use, to a certain degree, the more darker dude to go at the light skin dude. Look how many, darker dudes have been, and dark skin light black people been attacking Colin Kaepernick. They've been the most hardest on Colin Kaepernick. Well, unlike Colin Kaepernick, I'm actually black. Well, Colin Kaepernick is black. And the funny part about it is, you may have two black parents, but it's some people that got a black mama and a white father, or a white mama and a black father, and they 3 times more black than the dude or the chick with the black mama and the black daddy. So I have to put that out there too, because you get that a lot too. You get the people that'll say, hey, why do anybody listen to Michi X? She got a white daddy, she got a white daddy, shit. Why is anybody paying attention to Colin Kaepernick? He wasn't raised around black people. He was raised in Turlock, and he was, well, what's your excuse? So what's your excuse? He was raised in Turlock, but you raised in Compton or South Central. Because Larry Ellis is a super coon, and he say he was raised in South Central Los Angeles. So what's your excuse for that? Yeah, thought so. Shut the fuck up. But that's the thought process that we have towards each other. And it's been did on purpose. We get played by each other on a regular basis. We get pulled every direction. And sometimes it ain't even by just white people. It's by Asians. It's by Hispanics. They try to play us against each other. But like I tell y'all opinion don't matter. Who gives a fuck what y'all think? I'm serious. But I just wanted to put that out there because you see this all the time in our communities. I predicted all this would happen. I predicted that they was going to promote swirling among black women at an all-time high. Look what they doing. I told you that they was going to promote homosexuality among black men, that they was going to try to make you feel guilty if you a black man and you say you straight and that you don't, that you're not gay. Look how they did Christian Ray's. The brother said, hey, look, I don't swing that way, because people was flirting with him, gay dudes coming on his social media accounts flirting with him, and he said, hey, I don't roll like that, respect me. And then you had a couple of people that tried to come out the gate and say, oh, you're homophobic and all that shit. Wait a minute, how are you homophobic if you just saying, hey, look, I'm not gay? That doesn't make any kind of sense. And that's what they do. They really trying to straight shame black men. And like I said before, they only do that to us. They really are trying to make it seem like something is wrong with you if you're a black man and say, hey, I'm heterosexual, I'm straight, I don't roll like that. And people looking at you like, huh? And then they pay these handkerchief head coons to help, basically enhance that. When you get these clowns on here talking about ain't nothing wrong with putting on a dress for a movie role and all this shit. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a reason why you go to a department store when you shop for clothes. They have men's department. They have women's department. They have the clothes and the stuff for women. And they have the clothes and the stuff for men. It's supposed to be separation. So, really, men don't need tampons. Ain't nothing wrong with the Venus and Mars opposite attracts. You know what I'm saying? That's what God put us here for, to be different. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they've been putting out. And don't get me wrong, I want y'all to understand this. This is something that get, basically concocted like in advance. When it start happening, it's concocted like maybe 10, 15 years prior. Because you got to start the process. A slowly but surely process. You put little things out there. And then when people start to notice it, you do it more and more and more and more till all of a sudden it's just out there in the open. Because sometimes you just can't hit people with something just like right then and there. You got to slowly bring it in. And that's what they've been doing over the last 15 years to damage and cause division among black men and black women, whether it's through political shit, through the family structure, whether it's through TV, whether it's through other like circuits of society. So I'm just telling y'all to be aware. This is your boy, Town Business. I'm out.